They're selling you all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I back. Trust me, I back.
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing.
I'll tell you what, bro. I was out there, I was fighting all the hitters, bro. You ain't fought no hitters.
Come on, guys. It's normal.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I would kill you.
John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John? I mean, really?
No, don't be scared, homie.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I am gonna beat you into the living death. I mean, maybe that's your job, but where I come from, people like that get slapped.
That's fucking illegal.
Nick Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel?
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is a simulated death match. And you haven't simulated anybody's death yet.
I said it last year. We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
What is the game plan going in against him?
The game plan is you go in there, hit him with some good shit, don't get hit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing.
Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question.
I want smoke. Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yes. What is up? MCR family. I mean, it's another live fight chat edition of the day. It's been so many, and we're not done. I mean, we have another one later for Showtime for obviously Mike Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr., but this is the UFC Fight Night, UFC on Fox main event, Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier 2. I am Matt the Hipster Hunter. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. Help support the show. But yeah, man, it's here. It's the rematch. Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier 2. Maybe the winner of this fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. I mean, God knows. Your guess is as good as mine. But it is here. And I think this is going to be a fantastic fight for as long as it lasts. I really do not see this one lasting all 5 rounds for the scheduled main event. But as Bruce Buffer is out here and announcing the fighters, give me guys your last sort of picks, last fight picks of the night, because basically it's here. The main event's here. We're about to walk into it. Sal Diamano, Tony Weeks, and Jason Rogers are the judges, and Mark Goddard the ref. I picked Dustin Poirier to win this. I think he's still the better boxer. I think he's the better fighter at range as well. Okay, this person in the chat is going to get blocked. Hold on. Remove. Yes, there we go. We don't want any Alex Jones wannabes up in here. To digress, Dustin Poirier should be the better boxer. I think he will eventually hurt and piece up Eddie Alvarez like he did in the first fight. And eventually, I think by round 3 or 4, lock up a submission. Though, I will be honest, it's Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez has made us all look like fools before. Whether it be we picked against him and he won, or we picked for him and he lost. I mean, he is one of those guys that, at this level, it's very close to him winning or losing, and he's often in fun fight of the year contenders. So I assume this is what that's going to be, especially when you have Dustin Poirier, who's probably the same exact sort of career in that sense as you. Just his whole career has basically been the UFC and the WEC. But Dustin Poirier, I mean, if he pulls off a win here and finally gets a title shot, he will finally be one of those guys that we don't talk about being one of the best fighters in UFC history that never got a title shot. Because he is definitely around that level where, we start talking about not necessarily guys that are the best that haven't won a belt. He's never even fought for a belt. And he's been a perennial top 10 guy in lightweight or featherweight for going on, 10 years now? So, salute to him. If he pulls off this big win, I can see him possibly getting a fight with Khabib. That seems like a fresh matchup to me. And then you have Eddie, who is, I think, still not necessarily a star, but he's still a commodity in MMA in some sense of the word. I don't know what that price tag is, but if they don't want to throw Conor in there with Khabib first and want to throw Conor in there with Nate for a trilogy fight, the winner of this fight is a viable option for a Khabib title fight. First round is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hyped. Ooh, it's here. Always good fights. Shout out to Daniel Simpson, Kyle. Who else? Who else in the chat? Also, you guys. Salute to you guys. Everyone else not here? Boom. Gunshots for you. But digressing. Round 1 is starting as we speak. Leg kick for Eddie Alvarez misses. Eddie Alvarez trying to take the center of the cage. Throwing a lot of feints. A lot of movement from Eddie, as always. Whether he be feinting with his hands, feinting level changes. Misses on a 1-2 there from Eddie. Dustin a little more relaxed, a little more composed. Reaching left hand, or I should say right hand from the southpaw of Dustin Poirier. Misses. Both guys, I think, are going to take a bit to get their offense going. And they're going to be a little more reserved in this fight than the first. Ooh, good little combination from Eddie. Eddie being aggressive right now. Just in terms of body language, he's the first one to really throw a combination in the first minute. Good little leg kick there from Eddie. Kyle saying would like to see the winner here. Fight Kevin Lee. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Makes sense. Good left straight there from Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier needs to keep this an outside kickboxing fight, in my opinion. I think Eddie excels on the inside phone booth when he's allowed to deliver his signature hooks on to the body and to the head. That's really what he excels at as a boxer, per se. But at range, I think he gets hit a lot, like with that left hand right there. He got hit with another left straight. Dustin should be able to land that all night, in my opinion, like he did for the first fight. If you look at any southpaw Eddie Alvarez's spot, he usually struggles with that left straight. Look at Conor McGregor. Look at not Eddie Alvarez. Look at Dustin Poirier, for example. He struggles with southpaws with good, dominant left hands. Roundhouse kick from Dustin Poirier misses. I think if Dustin's allowed to sort of keep his range, he'll be able to win this and pick apart Eddie whenever he wants. Eddie being the shorter guy with the shorter reach, he's going to have to sort of make this a fight. Eddie's going to have to get on the inside. Oh, good leg kick from Dustin. Trips up Eddie Alvarez there. Someone in the chat saying how much time ago this fight started. About 2 minutes ago. We're about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the round. First round. Eddie Alvarez, I think trying to get a gauge, I should say, of Dustin Poirier's speed and his reflexes there, because he's trying to get on the inside, you can tell, but he's struggling a bit. He's struggling with the range, the counters of Dustin Poirier. Good left hand there again from Dustin. This fight's already starting to take another left hand there from Dustin. This fight's going to look eerily similar from the first one, in my opinion. Let's hope there's no illegal strike, though, this time. Good leg kick again there by Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, I think, being the better kickboxer overall right now. Way more composed. Good left hand there again. Oh, nice. He's taunting Eddie Alvarez a bit. Eddie has yet to, I think, shoot for a takedown. I could be wrong, but I believe he hasn't shot for a takedown yet. Wandy saying, I think Conor should fight the winner of this fight. Do you agree? No. No, I do not. If you're Conor, you either take that Nate Diaz fight or it could be a fight. Anything else makes zero sense. About a minute and a half left in the round. Good inside leg kick from Eddie Alvarez, who has struggled to find his range in this round. Good right hand to the body there from Eddie. Now a single takedown shot there from Eddie Alvarez as both guys exchange on the inside. Dustin getting a little bit of the better of it. Neither guy. Ooh, good right hand there from Eddie as he exploded in. That's what he needs to do. He needs to sort of just dart in, get outside foot placement, charge that single leg, and start training takedowns. I know Dustin Poirier is a difficult grappler to deal with, but to keep it a kickboxing fight, I think Eddie's at a disadvantage most of the time, though. Good little shots there to the body there from Eddie. Eddie needs to do that more, I think. Go to the body as well if he's going to keep it standing. Maybe slow up Dustin Poirier to where you can counter him more. Good right hand lead hook there from Dustin Poirier. Round about 30 seconds, 20 seconds left in it. Good first round for Dustin Poirier so far. Definitely taking control of the pace. Good combination there from Dustin Poirier. Landing a few left hands, landing a good leg kick to finish it. Good left hook there from Eddie Alvarez as Dustin got a little bit too close. Ooh, good right hand there from Eddie as well. When Dustin gets a little bit too cocky and stays in the phone booth, stays in that mid-range, I should say, more so than the phone booth, he can get caught. And he's been caught a couple times in this round. But easy round was over, by the way. Easy round for Dustin Poirier, 10-9. In my opinion, though maybe somebody out there disagrees with me. If you do, let me know in the chat. But I think Dustin Poirier, again, he exactly what I thought he was going to do when I talked about the show in the previous show on Wednesday, that at range, he throws straight shots. And Eddie basically does not. Eddie's punch selection usually is hook heavy. And he likes to throw to the body. A long-range kickboxing fight, that's not the repertoire or toolbox you need to fight that game. And Eddie's also completely hittable. Poor defense, lacks sort of any defensive shell to parry shots, to block shots when it comes to boxing. And I think Dustin Poirier has far better parrying and blocking ability as well. Round 2 about to start. Kyle, if you're ahead of us in the chat, please do not spoil it for us. Please. Round 2 has just started. Takedown attempt from Eddie there. He needs to do more of that. Oh, spinning back this back fist from Eddie Alvarez lands. Impressive. Good right hand there from Dustin Poirier. Head kick slightly gets blocked. Eddie Alvarez goes for a front choke, but Dustin Poirier is able just to stand back up, land a left straight. Kyle's saying, my bad, fam. Oh, good guillotine choke attempt there from Dustin Poirier. I don't think he has it. I don't think he has his hands together. He does also, there you go, get Eddie to the ground more. Get more space from the cage. His hands are together. I can't tell where Eddie's right hand is, though, in terms of being able to create separation. Eddie doing a good job. Got full mount. That relieved most of the pressure from it and is able to get out right now. And Eddie has Dustin on the ground. This is what Eddie should excel at, in my opinion. His top game is far superior, though Dustin is one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners. Not only, I would say, in the UFC, but just in that division, obviously. Wandy's and I hope Dustin KOs Eddie. Damn.
Don't be mad on me.
It's okay, Wandy. What did Eddie do to you? Dustin's back to his feet, but he still has his back pressed up against the cage. Eddie may be looking for a takedown. Dustin able to create some separation. And then Eddie Alvarez ducks under for a double leg and takes him down again. Dustin fails on a guillotine attempt. And now we have Eddie Alvarez back in guard, working some ground and pound. I think he should move position to side control right now. He has the ability to do it. Taking the back of Dustin Poirier. Good round so far for Eddie Alvarez, using his grappling, making it more of a wrestling fight, which he should be doing. Going for a neck crank, it looks like. Obviously does not have it under the chin, which is what I refer to as a neck crank, but doesn't have the angle on it. Dustin looks completely fine to me. And plus, he doesn't look worried right now. So, in a guy of his skill, I think you can tell if he's worried or not. Eddie going for a choke, but he doesn't really have it. Gets full mount on Dustin. Good ground and pound from Eddie right now. I think he should just ride it out. win the round this way. Mark Goddard telling something to Dustin. I don't know what he's saying. Oh. 12-6 elbow there from 12-6 elbow there from Eddie Alvarez. Illegal shot makes Mark Goddard stand them up. There's a big mouse over the, obviously not over, under the left eye of Eddie. Man, he swells up so easily. He's like a Diaz brother, man. Those guys just swell up and get cut up so quickly in fights. Oh, God. 12-6 elbow to the fucking collarbone of Dustin Poirier, man. A minute and 40 seconds left. Oh, good left hand there from Dustin Poirier. Lands on the chin of Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez comes back with a good two-hook combination to the body of Dustin Poirier. That's his bread and butter, man. His body work. Oh, good combination there from Dustin Poirier. Landing huge left hands, hurting Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez may be really hurt here, ladies and gentlemen. It may be over here. Dustin has plenty of time here. Over a minute left. Landing brutal shots. Knees, right hands, left hooks. Eddie Alvarez taking a hellacious punishment against the cage. I don't know how much longer he can stand up. He's getting shot with... They need to stop this. They need to stop this right now. Mark Goddard, you need to stop this fight. Eddie Alvarez is severely hurt here. I don't know how he hasn't gone down here. There, he went down. There we go. Fight's over. Fight's over. Wow. Wow. Dustin Poirier finishes Eddie Alvarez, and I believe it was the second round. Do not quote me on that again. Maybe Daniel can correct me in the chat again. But once the fight went back to standing, and Dustin was able to get some range and land some good left hooks and left hands, he hurt him, pieced him up, finished him up against the cage. And Eddie, just being the tough son of a bitch he is, did not go down for a lot of those shots. And honestly, shame on Mark Goddard for allowing it to go that long. That fight should have been stopped much earlier, in my opinion. Eddie took some blows he shouldn't have in that exchange. Even though he wasn't down, he was out. He was hurt. He was going to get severely hurt if it wasn't changed. But emphatic win there for Dustin Poirier. Daniel Simpson saying, "Thanks for the tip, Matt. That covered my bet, bro. You're welcome." Hashtag betting with the hipster. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Great night of fights here for the UFC. And just so far, obviously we had the Dylan White, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, Carlos Takam, double header that was on Sky Sports box office that, I watched via illegal stream. Hush, hush. And those were two amazing fights. I think the past two fights we had here with Jose Aldo versus Jeremy Stevens, fantastic. Dustin Poirier versus Eddie Alvarez, fantastic. Even the Joanna Jędrzejczyk comeback, that was amazing to see her come back. Always a pleasure to see a top 3 female fighter of all time whenever they fight, let's be honest. And obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back soon, very soon, for the Mike Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr. Showtime live fight chat and immediate reaction. So make sure you tune back here soon when you get that notification for the live fight chat. Be back, obviously, about maybe, like an hour and a half. But anyways, I'm Matt the Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms. Mixed Comment Radio on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, etc. You know where it's at. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Kyle making one final great point. Great matchmaking. You're right. Fantastic matchmaking up and down today. Great day for combat sports fans. Get hyped. It's always nice to have one of these loaded days. And we're not even done. See you later.